So I thought it'd be a cool idea to cover Pink Floyd songs using nothing but AI musicians in Logic. I'm not really too familiar with AI musicians. I haven't used it much. I played around with it last night, but I thought this would be a fun way to familiarize myself with it and to show you how easy or how hard it is to use Logic's AI. So let's get into it. Okay, so I've got Logic pulled up, and I figured the first song I wanted to try is Breathe. I think Breathe is a kind of an easier Pink Floyd song, one that isn't too basic, isn't too eccentric, no crazy time signature changes, nothing too wonky about it. No, it doesn't swing too much or anything like that. So I think it'd be a good one to start with. We're going to give it a shot and see how things go. Now, I've also got Chrome pulled up here with the chords as well as the BPM for the song. So the song, like I said, is kind of basic. It's an E minor 9 and an A7, and it kind of repeats that, I think, about 8 times until we get to the chorus. The chorus is very cool. We've got a C major 7 to a B minor 7, an F major 7, G7, and then the coolest part of the song is a D7 sharp 9 to a D7 flat 9. So this is like that Hendrix chord down to like a very jazzy chord. And I think this is the part that's going to mess up the AI. I think it's going to probably sound a bit funny. That is my suspicion, but we're going to give it a shot and see. So I'm going to go ahead and create a session player. I'm going to do broken chords under a keyboardist. Now you can see here I've already changed the BPM to 64. It says that it's in 128, but I believe we need to use a halftime here for 64 BPM. I've also changed the key signature to E minor. And now I need to add some chords. So to do so, I'll click this little folder icon, and that'll drop down this section. It's already defaulted to some chords. I could just edit those, but I'm just going to delete this out completely and start from scratch. So we're going to do an E minor add 9. And we're going to do an A7. Okay, I think that's actually too long. Should be a measure of each, and then I will just copy this and paste it. We'll turn on the loop. And I'm going to give that keyboardist a little refresher here. You can see it kind of lined everything up now. So let's give that a listen. Well, that was really strange. Did you guys hear the way it looped? Yeah, it just like lost all of its volume there at the beginning. That's very weird. Let's just go ahead and add a brand new player and see what happens. Still kind of funny on the loop, but it'll do. I hear breathe when I hear that. Let's delete this out here, and we'll go ahead and start our next section. There's a lot more chords here, so bear with me, and I will get this set up. Okay, so I've got the chords here, but I'm not sure about the timing of everything. I know it moves kind of quick there at the end, so I'm just kind of guessing at what that's going to look like. I believe it will probably loop. I don't know. We're going to add a keyboardist and see how that sounds. Okay, so here we go. I think I hear what it needs. Maybe that G7's a little bit longer. Let's try that out. Okay. You know, that sounded like it to a degree. Let's do the whole thing. All right, guys. Well, that sounded a lot like Breathe. It handled the turnaround so much better than I thought it would. I'm pretty impressed by that. I think all we could do now is add some more musicians and see if we can beef this thing up a little bit. I like the keyboard. I think I'm going to pan it to the left, and let's get another keyboardist in here. We'll do block chords this time. And I'm going to change the instrumentation on that. Let's do some kind of electric piano. Where you at, electric piano? There we go. We'll do a whirly. Let's give it a listen. All right. Again, I'm pretty impressed by the turnaround. That was cool. Let's keep this thing going. Let's add a bass player here. Let's see. We've got retro rock. We've got Motown, disco, all this stuff. I guess this being Pink Floyd, we should probably start with retro rock, but I wouldn't mind playing around with some of this other stuff. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and get some drums going. We'll do psychedelic rock. I imagine that's the best thing for Pink Floyd. Let's see what we got. That was okay. You know, that kind of lost me a little bit. I feel like the drums weren't the best. Let's turn up the complexity and see what happens. Little better that time. I turned down the complexity on the bass player. I think that actually sounded a little more realistic, and turned up the complexity on the drums, which I'm going to try again. Let's give that a refresher, a good refresher, and let's see what we have now. Okay, maybe a little more complex. So yeah, that was okay. I'm a little let down, to be honest, but I'm not gonna give up yet. Let's try. I'm just gonna delete both of these because the keyboards are fine. But let's go ahead and get rid of the bass player and the drummer. Let's try something funky out. I'm gonna do modern R&B for both the drummer and for the bass player. All right, let's see what that sounds like. So I'd say it's a little boring, but honestly, that sounded better than the rock version. You know, that sounded like some kind of lower FM radio station that's covering Pink Floyd. That's kind of what that reminded me of. Some kind of NPR Pink Floyd, which I didn't hate. I'm gonna keep rolling with that. Let's add another keyboardist. I'm gonna put in someone playing freely, and let's give some kind of funky synthesizer. I've always thought that the Saturn, whatever the hell it is, Saturn something, kind of sounded Pink Floydy back in the day. Saturn lead. Here we go. We're going to give that a refresher, and let's see what we actually... I'm going to go ahead and add a pad as well. So simple pad, create. Let's see what we have. Okay, well, there we go. That was pretty fun. I enjoyed that. I can immediately see how useful of a tool that AI is in Logic. And, you know, I'm immediately thinking of ways I can take some of the old digital dust files that I have and use AI to try to get them to fruition or maybe get a new mix on them. I almost look at AI like another musician in the band or like a fifth Beatle or something. And I think it's a very useful tool. I can also tell you, I think we're about to see a lot of backing tracks uploaded to YouTube. I might even do that myself because it's just so easy to create backing tracks this way and create covers of songs this way. So I enjoyed it. I'm going to try some more songs, and yeah, I'll see you there.